Joseph Parker beats Derek Chisora on a 12-round split decision. We didn't get any predictions right for this card, but hey, that's all part of the fun. Immediately, the fight was finished not long ago. I can't help but feel that the wrong man got the decision. And I'm not trying to defend a prediction. I predicted Joseph Parker to stop Derek Chisora late. That didn't happen. I feel like Derek Chisora won this fight. That's my immediate opinion after watching it. I believe that Derek Chisora won probably 8 rounds to 4. That's how I'd kind of see it. Maybe give or take 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah, this fight, it was a strange one. It didn't really catch fire in my opinion, unfortunately. I believe it had the makings of a really good fight, had all the ingredients. Breaking the fight down round by round, Joseph Parker was actually put down, I think, in the first 10 seconds of the first round. So that was strange. It was a wide clubbing overhand right by Chisora that we've seen him throw many times. And it kind of caught Parker as he was taking some backward step into the corner, and it caught him on the ear / back of the ear, and he went down. He wasn't seriously hurt, but it was a legit knockdown. He got up, and from then the fight mostly consisted of Derek Chisora beating Joseph Parker's body like a drum. Very clean, very hurtful looking shots. And Parker not really drawing that line in the sand that we said he'd have to do in the pre-fight video. He did spend a lot of time going backwards without offering much in terms of offense. And it's a strange fight, really strange fight, because even though Derek Chisora was having a lot of success with the body shots, he was landing him in 2s, 3s and 4s to the body in rapid succession. And Derek Chisora is a big man. I know he's not the most renowned knockout puncher. He's got some decent knockouts on his record, but he's not the most explosive guy. But this is a big man who knows how to throw a punch. And it was weird. Joseph Parker, the expression on his face during the rounds and in the corner, he didn't look as if he was panicking or if he was hurt or even as if he was getting tired. Whereas Chisora, after that first round, which really couldn't have gone much better for him because he dropped Parker and managed to land quite a few body shots on him, he looked like dog tired in the corner. He looked like he was gassed. But Joseph Parker, he showed heart, because if he didn't have heart, he would have given in. And a lack of heart has been one of the criticism leveraged against Parker for a while now. A lack of tenacity, lack of heart, lack of desire. I think he showed that he's got heart, because it's not easy to stay in there with a massive 18-stone man who's trying to hit you as hard as he can in the gut. Joseph Parker, the criticism I've had of him, and I think it showed itself especially in this fight, was a lack of creativity and a lack of boxing IQ, because Derek Chisora was quite easily able to get out of the way of most of Parker's punches simply by ducking to his right. Excuse me. Just that simple bob, kind of slip to the right, and a lot of Parker's jabs and right hands and left hooks were kind of sailing just over Chisora's head. But Parker didn't really do much to alter his timing, to adjust his timing and catch Chisora in a different position. Parker was insistent on throwing a 1-2 or a 1-2-3 on the same beat. It'd be 1-2, 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And so if you've got someone who's consistently getting out of the way of the punches in that tempo, mix it up, throw a jab. Chisora would react. I'm saying that this is the adjustment that Parker should have made. He should have thrown that jab, knowing that, or at least having a hunch based on a pattern in the fight, that Chisora is going to dip to his right. Wait for Chisora to do that. And you can even control him while he's down there, because Chisora's made his positional change into that lower back half of his line. Hold him there, then throw the shot. Or you feint him, Chisora ducks, comes back up, and then you throw the shot and meet him as Chisora's coming back up. It's kind of hard for me to describe this without a video demonstration, but I think you get the idea. But there were no adjustments from Parker, and he was just kind of, as I say, just content to throw these basic combinations on the same tempo to the same location. And Chisora, even though he looked at least dog tired, he was still able to have a lot of success over the rounds. He got a knockdown in the first round, and he was able to just continue this body attack. And look, Chisora's not going to have the prettiest technique, but he was landing flush, clean punches on a legal target. And in my eyes, he won this fight. So Parker, I think he has to make some serious improvements, because I don't even want to say he's stalled or he's plateaued or he's gone stagnant. It seems almost as if he's regressing. There was a point in time where Parker seemed to be growing, like surely and steadily, but I don't know where it's coming now. I don't know whether he is still growing. It seems like he's going backwards. I'm trying to give my description of the fight while it's fresh in my memory. I feel like I'm definitely going to have to watch it again, because just going back to, say, Derek's defense, where he is dipping off and he's dipping low to the right, I think maybe there is the potential that because he's almost going out of frame of the camera while we're watching, maybe some punches are hitting him that we can't see, but the judges can. So I'm definitely going to give it another watch, but I just can't help but feel that Derek was actually hard done by in this fight. Joseph Parker, I feel like maybe Andy Lee just needs a bit longer with him to get these improvements out. But to be honest, the adjustments that I believe could have won him this fight fairly easily, they're usually adjustments that come pretty naturally, and you just have to use a bit of intuition. But then again, maybe the pressure that Derek Chisora inevitably would bring, maybe that put Parker off. Maybe he felt rushed and wasn't thinking clearly. Maybe to get the best out of Parker's IQ, he needs to be in a much slower fight. But then if you look back to the Junior Farr fight, I don't remember that fight being fought at a million miles per hour. So maybe it's just as simple as Joseph Parker just doesn't have the best boxing IQ. And it's really a shame, because he does have a lot of attributes. And I feel like if he just developed his boxing IQ and maybe was exposed to a bit more boxing theory, then he'd be a very hard person to beat. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the fight. I believe Derek Chisora won. I believe he had a very clean and consistent body attack. He got the knockdown in the first round. And Joseph Parker, for me, he showed heart. He didn't back down. I believe that he outstrengthed Derek Chisora at times. I feel like he was able to push Chisora back onto the ropes, but he wasn't able to keep him there with a good attack, a good educated attack. And he lacks the boxing IQ to really set up big punches and get people out of there. In Chisora's last fight, he was hurt, legitimately hurt by Usyk, who I believe is a lesser puncher than Joseph Parker. But as suspected, Alexander Usyk knows how to set his shots up better. He's a better technician. He's a better tactician. He just has a better grasp of effective boxing theory, and as such, he has an easier time landing shots on a consistent basis. I think it's that simple. So I'm keen to see. I'm still keen to see Joseph Parker's development from here. Maybe he just needs time, but for someone who's been in boxing for so long, you know, Joseph Parker's been a professional for nearly 10 years now. It's hard to see how he's going to get much better, but maybe the more time he spends with Andy Lee, that'll prove me wrong. But almost a disappointing fight. It never really caught fire, but I will try and watch it again. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. If you agree, disagree, let me know. Let's have a discussion about it in the comments. If you like the video, thumbs up, please. And if you like the channel, why not subscribe? But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for listening.